It's time to get the playoffs underway here in Season 2 of the Copperhead Cup Series. Mark Martin won the pole for today's race. Alongside him is going to be Sterling Marlin. As you can get a look at the starting lineup right here, we have 8 cars in this race, 12 laps, and this is the first race of the Season 2 playoffs. We're going to take a look at the playoff grid, and remember that the top 3 drivers after race 9 will battle for a championship in race 10. The pace car is on pit road, and we're ready to go racing. Terry Labonte is going to push Mark Martin out in front as Sterling Marlin drops back. Here comes Bobby Hamilton to his inside to take third away. Mark Martin is going to lead lap number 1. Terry Labonte in second and Bill Elliott in third. Lots of positions being shuffled around in the back. Meanwhile, up front, Mark Martin's lead is getting smaller as Terry Labonte is right behind him. Here comes the 5 car making a move to the inside of Mark Martin. And Bill Elliott is caught up to our 2 leaders now. We have a 3-way battle for the lead. Here comes Bill Elliott making a move to the inside of Terry Labonte in turn 3. They're going to be side by side as they come to the halfway point. Terry Labonte leads at the start-finish line. Side by side for second place. That's going to allow Bill Elliott to gain a bigger lead as Mark Martin clears Terry Labonte for second. Catching up on some lap traffic now. Bobby Hamilton is going to be the first car to go a lap down. We have 3 laps to go and Bill Elliott needs to get around the 43. He's struggling to get by him here as Mark Martin is now caught up to the 94. 2 laps to go. The 43 is now a lap down and Mark Martin is right behind the 94. He cannot get by Sterling Marlin. The white flag is in the air. The 94 is still unable to get around the 40. Here comes Mark Martin to the inside. 2 corners to go as Mark Martin is inching out in front. Mark Martin is going to win and lock himself into the championship race. So for the 4th time this season, the 6th car of Mark Martin is victorious as he's now locked into the championship race. Bill Elliott is pretty much locked into the championship race, although something crazy could happen and he could be knocked out. Kyle Petty is 2 points above the cut line, and then Johnny Benson and Sterling Marlin are right below the cut line. And remember that after next week's race, the bottom 2 drivers will be eliminated, and then it'll just be the top 3 drivers battling it out in race 10 for the championship. And whichever one finishes the best will be the champion. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this season so far. I hope you join me for the final 2 races, and I'll see you next week for race 9.